Uh, Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, accurate timekeeper, co-debater, and my fellow conscious people. I just came back from an outing. I went to do some findings on few things that I needed in my life. You know, occasionally I go out of the house and I just move to other places, look at my properties, and then when I have serious outing, I just have to go out. Today's date tends to be 4th of September 2024. My son is going to be 6 years old next year March. And ever since I had my son, this is the second thing I'm getting for my son. This is wristwatch. This is the second thing I ever got for my son ever since I had my son. Now I'm going somewhere with this particular conversation. Early this morning, when I woke up, I saw a message from my audience, and she gave me something that, okay, there's a topic I need to look into, which is Chinyene Bryant and Cam Newton. And I'm yet to finish the program. Yes, I'm going through it. I think I'm about 1 hour, 30 minutes and the rest of it. And while I was looking at it, I was laughing at the conversation that was going on between the lady who was giving counseling, or will I call her a therapist? I think she's 41 years, according to her words. And Cam Newton, who said he had 3 baby mamas with 8 kids and he wants more kids. And then when they started this conversation, everything I was hearing for the past 1 hour, 30 minutes is about high value men, high functioning men, high value women, high functioning women, and the rest of it. And it made me smile. And let's ask ourselves a simple question, because when I went out, when I got to exactly a junction, I remembered my son asked me to get him something. And this was the second thing. My son is 6 years old, almost 6 years old. This was the second product I have gotten my son since he was born. Some people would say, why do you think buying a wristwatch, which costs only $2, the first one I got, it's not even up to $1, but this second one is $2 because things are expensive right now. Why would this be the second thing I would ever get for my son since he's 2 years old? Since he's 5 years old. The reason is simply because I think that a lot of people do not understand humans, and we have break humans into language. Humans are just simple things, but we make life complicated. In fact, I always think that the purpose of intelligence is to simplify things. But right now, I can see for a fact that intelligence only makes things complicated for humans when you don't know how to use intelligence, or when your intelligence actually turns against you. My wife, on the other hand, when I had my son till he was from 8 months till my son was 2 years or 3 years. She kept buying all kinds of gifts, and I told my wife, I said, stop buying my son gifts. I don't like you buying my son gifts. Stop it. We had to get to a particular stage where I had to be very serious to tell my wife, stop getting my son gifts. If our intention is to make sure that our children are truly happy in life, gift is not the solution to make them happy. The only time I needed to buy serious things for my son was when my wife was pregnant. I bought everything my son would need till he started crawling and walking. Because most of the children I have seen while I was growing up, most of them became very corrupt simply because they had too many gifts by their parents that they can't even appreciate anything in life. Only what it does is like it spoils the children not to appreciate even the physical or material things. Now they get traumatized from the values within themselves, and then they focus on material things, and now it's difficult for them to go back inward. But I can say this for a fact. When I give my son this particular wristwatch today, I most likely will video his joy and how happy he's going to be. This is the second thing I get for my son since when he was born. I got him first one wristwatch, and this is the second one. You are going to see the joy inside of him. He might use his head to hit the ceiling, jump and rejoice. But regardless, this stuff does not really matter to make my son happy. When he wakes up every morning, he comes straight to my bed to come greet me every morning, to come hug me, to say, Daddy, good morning. I hope you had a great night. I had a great night. I slept very well. How are you doing? The reason why I'm saying all this is because of part of the things I was listening to when people kept saying high value man, high value woman, high functioning man, high functioning woman. And I'm like, wow, when are we going to stop all this garbage? When you look at the white people, the real white people, these people do not reduce themselves to the idea of I value man, I value women. I value men, I value women, I functioning men and I functioning women. All these labels are in the Black community. High value man, for example, what does it mean? High value man simply means when you say the word value, you are actually talking about somebody bringing a particular kinds of value, because there are all kinds of value. We have spiritual value, we have physical value, we have intimacy value. There are all kinds of value. But when people talk about high value man, high value woman, they are specifically talking about economical, capitalistic mindsets, people who get things just money. That's what it boils down to. I haven't heard about any high value person who is a conscious human being. And people have reduced value to only becoming money. If it is not money, you are not high value. You see, they say the problem of the Black people is that they don't have economical freedom. I think the worst thing that is about to happen to Black people in history till now, it wants to begin. If you think slavery is bad, watch out and see what economic crisis would do, or in the name of high value, the way money is going to make people divide. If you think Black people are divided before, watch how it's going to happen right now. in the name of high value. Everyone high value, high value, high value. And when I was looking at the conversation going between Cam Newton and Chinyere Bryant, she used the word high functioning. And she said the word high functioning simply means somebody who is aware of themselves, and then they can take whatever trauma they have and they don't bring it into your life. Then you can have great conversation and the rest of it. And I was just asking myself, everything has been reduced to the idea of money. To say someone is high functioning, it doesn't mean the person is intelligent. Life is so simple. We have a statement we call awareness. We have a statement we call consciousness. Awareness is you being aware of yourself, you being in the present. That's what awareness is. Consciousness simply means you are so aware of whatever you're doing right now, you understand the effect of it with you and the person, the effect of it in the next generations to come. When you're conscious, your actions are more different. But when you boil everything down to high functioning, high value, she has to have, the man needs to be high value man. The woman has to be high value woman. It doesn't change the situation. It doesn't change the division between the people. It doesn't change the fact that there will be more misunderstanding in relationship between the Black people. Because all I saw for me to the stage is a lot of debate. I am dissecting everything they are saying. Most likely this evening I will speak on it. The side I know from the women that are the wrong side, the side I know from the women that are from the men that are the wrong side, the side from the women that are the wrong things that women perceive. But I think if care is not taken, if you think Black people are divided, I think the worst is yet to come. If what they value and how they perceive high value person is based off what they give materially or economically to you, and that's how you perceive high value men. Because I think I started hearing that statement from Kevin Samuel, high value man, and he has to present himself also as a high value person. And so an high value person simply means someone who puts on suits. He has to put on suits and wear glasses, and all he has to do is, I'm a high value man, I'm a high value man. High value simply means you are only talking about the value of economics, money. And the question is this: the real value about human being, do you really think that is about material? I'm not trying to underestimate the importance of it. But like I said, today is 4th of September 2024. This is the second thing I am buying for my son. You are looking for a happy child. My son in the community is number one. My son in the whole community is number one. My son is more famous. He's a 5-year-old child. He's more famous than me. Being loving, being happy. Not because I can't decide that every month or every week I need to get him something. And this is just $2. If for you to be able to make your child to function in life, to be happy, for you to give him value according to your value, is for you to see that you provide a space where he is joyful and he can flourish. If all your value is based off material, then most likely you're just going to have an addictive child. So what's the benefit of such value? And I know people don't like hearing it. People would think, oh, this guy, what is he saying? He doesn't know what he's saying. I'm going to debunk everything later this evening. Exactly the questions, exactly the words that I hear people speak. Men and women would not come together if they begin to focus on the value that men gives and the value that women gives. Now, men are more like soldiers who wouldn't complain, and the more the world asks them to get something, that's what they are going to do to get it. All means necessary, they are going to do that. But then they will take advantage of what they can provide, and they use that to pick. When we talk of low functioning people, people are talking about vibration. Well, we can call it different names. You can call it vibration. You can call it frequency. I love to use the word frequency. But I think at the end of the day, I don't love people for what they can provide for me. Now, should they have a value in my life? Yes. But if the value of how you see something is only based on the third dimension, and there's no experience than the third dimension, everything that mankind have built on the surface of this earth, everything after a period of time goes away, and we need something else to replace it. If you think you build a mansion and your mansion is one of the highest and the finest mansion, just give a period of 2 years, somebody else is going to build something bigger than that. If you have the best car, in the next few years, wait and you're going to see someone that is going to have more than that. And I think this high value thing is a subject we would have to treat. With that being said, join me by 7 p.m. today for us to talk about, what do they call it? Is it New Carton or something? I haven't forgotten his name. With Chanyere Brian. We are going to look into the subject. We're going to talk about how you choose people and how to love people and how to perceive things differently. I think that at the end of the day, when people talk about Black people coming together, Black people cannot come together without reflecting. And reflection has to come with the kind of words we put to the world. We have to raise the consciousness of people. Because let me say this. Therapy is not helping people. Based off what I see, I could be very ignorant. I may be very ignorant. Therapy is not helping people. It is making people recognize their habits, but it is not fixing the problem for people. What people need to do, most Black people, is to begin to look inward. But rather, most times we are just telling them, recognize this and still look outward. And that is not solving the problem of the Black people. It is not. From the men to the women, there is no self-reflection. There is no humility. All these high-value language that we speak and high-functioning things, everything are just subjective. You see, I said something yesterday. When you walk on the ground, you think that you have value. If you remove it from your mind that this same ground you walk on, one day you will be beneath the ground and the ground will be the roof over your head, you would know that all this high value shit does not really apply to anything. It doesn't really work. The problem of the Black people is that our mind has been so traumatized that we are so obsessed with pride. We are obsessed to be so proud of ourselves, to have so much pride in ourselves, and we forget the fact that we are supposed to be humble as people. Humility would have set most Black people free. but rather they choose pride, my ego, my pride. I have value, my value as a person. And everybody sees themselves like they are Alpha and Omega, beginning and the end. Yahweh, most people will call themselves that. In fact, our communication skill is poor. It's not even productive. It's not even helping. If you're not talking about high value person, you talk about high functioning person. You're differentiating between an high value and a high functioning person. Why not talk about a humble person? Why not talk about a woman having a man who is humble? Why not focus on men being humble regardless of what you have, and a woman being humble and be submissive? Being humble and being submissive. You would despise that word, but I will tell you for a fact, if you want a change, there is no other language that will change it until you key into that principle. When my wife says things that I don't like, I am physically stronger than her. I know I can go out and get another lady. I know I have a different property I can decide to go stay without staying with her in the same house. I humble myself, knowing fully well that regardless of everything I think I am right now, it only matters at this period. Anything can happen. Everything can change. The options I have to be able to go to a different property, to get a different woman, to get a different house, to function in a different light, it is because I have that opportunity, and I don't have to joke with that opportunity. I have to treat what God has given to me with respect, with humility, and with appreciation, regardless of the fact that we might not see eye to eye on things. And in that, I influence my children to understand that no matter where you find yourself in life, humility is still the best thing you can have. I'm a high value man, so I have to have 7 baby mamas. I'm a high value man, so there's no woman who is worth my time. And some people say I'm a high value woman, and so I need a man that operates in different class, high functioning. I will video my son when he comes back. He has gone for lesson. When he comes back, I will clip him when I'm giving him the product and see how we'll be joyful. If you think that high value is all about material, you are living in a material world and you are appraising materialistic things, and you also understand that the desire of mankind can never be quenched. The only way to reduce the desire of man is to teach a man lots about appreciation. When man do not understand the meaning of appreciation, their desire can never be satisfied. Vivek Vishwa, good day, brother. We have a lot to discuss. I'll be going offline. Join me by 7 p.m. today. And we are going to dig deep into the conversation. With that being said, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel, like and share. See you by 7 p.m. Rusty was live yesterday. Yesterday evening and yesterday afternoon. Rusty was live. So hopefully Rusty might be available this evening. But by 7:30 p.m. African time, Nigerian time specifically, let's see how it goes. So take care of yourself. Thank you everyone for joining. Adios. Bye bye for now. Peace.